This is TJ. I mean, turmoil the last week since Coach Brown was let go. How the players handled that?
We basically stayed together because it's all about a brotherhood when it comes to football. It's all about camaraderie. So I say we all stayed together with that. We stayed glued together because it is a brotherhood. So we really ain't take the Coach Brown leaving as like, all right, we got to split up now. So we kind of came closer together because of it.
Difficult though, personally. I mean,
Nah.
just to...
It's all a business end of the day. So we can't have our relationships in that business mindset as well as the whole organization of college football. So the relationships you have with your teammates, you want to keep that as personal as you can and not put that into the business side of college football.
Did the performance at Lubbock have any bearing on guys saying, "Hey, we want one more crack at this. We don't want to go out like that"?
Yeah, it kind of left a salted taste in our mouth. We most definitely didn't like it. So knowing that we had another chance to make things right, it fired us up a lot.
Sometimes guys, seniors especially, will opt out of bowl games. Ever crossed your mind? And why did you ultimately decide, yeah, I want to play in this one?
It never crossed my mind at all. I knew from the start, from when I got here, I wasn't going to be one of those guys to opt out of a bowl game because of what my predictions for next year. I don't have a solidified draft round spot, so I know I have to take every chance that I can to go out there and perform and show what I can do on every level of football.
Along those lines, when you transfer nowadays, there is the on-field component where you play in a major conference and you show some things off. I'm just curious if you could reflect on how that changes things, but also there's money involved too. That if it wasn't there for college players before too, that probably it could be life-changing for all I know. What has that been like, just as part of the experience for you?
Can you repeat that first part?
Yeah, just the on-the-field part, and then just being a transfer who just gets the NIL and plays very well on the other end of it too. Just how much of a life-changing kind of experience has that combination been for you?
It's kind of been helpful a lot because, as y'all know, I have my kid. So just with that, being able to be that father to say I could take care of my kid and still make sure she's fed, she has clothes on her back, and just be able to have that mindset of I can help my mom now, and it's not all about she's just helping me.
And what about just as a player too, being able to play Big 12 games, national television? I know people knew who you were in Troy. I understand that, but just to do it on a second stage right now has to be good for you as well.
I really don't look that much into it because, it's really like I want to make sure I'm doing what I have to do on the field and off the field for my family. So, like, the notoriety that comes with being a good football player, I really don't try to be like, oh, I'm this guy, I'm that guy. Because, most of the guys joke around with me a lot. They be like, oh, I'm the franchise now. And I be like, nah, that's not me. And I try to give the title to, guys like Sean Martin or Fatoma Mobile or even Eddie that's been here and that's been into the culture and that's really like really bleed West Virginia. I bleed West Virginia as much as I can, but I only been here a year. So I try to give that title to, guys who's actually been here.
Have you been here a full year?
In January 10th.
So not really a full year
yeah,
yet, right?
but
a lot has happened though
Yeah.
in that time. Can you kind of encapsulate that? What you've gone from one place to another. You're wearing a different logo. You're playing for a different fan base. Just talk about all that's happened in 11 months.
I mean, it's been awesome since I've been here. It's really been a cool experience. I never been from Alabama. I only really see snow like once every five years, and I've seen it about 5 times just last month. Yeah, so it's really been like a cool experience, just coming up here, experience everything, experience West Virginia, experiencing, the fans, experiencing y'all. Because, being from Troy, we had a big fan base, but it wasn't a big fan base like West Virginia, and that's one thing I really loved about this place. Win or lose, the fans were still, giving us our praise, giving us, keep your head up, guys. You guys did great, things like that. it really helped me looking forward to coming back to play at Milan Puskar that last game.
What are you going to take from it? Those are some of the things you're going to take from this experience?
Yeah, I'm going to most definitely. I might even bring my daughter back to come back and watch a couple of games because I was talking to a couple of the seniors. I was like, yeah, we got to come back for like one of these games, man, because it's been like a cool experience for me. Growing up, I was like an Auburn fan, being from Alabama. That was like the closest thing I've seen to a big atmosphere or like a big scenery. And when I came here and like actually be able to play in it and not be the opposing team coming into it, it was a pretty cool experience.
I mean, you banked on yourself, you moved from Troy to WVU, and I mean, you maximized it, man. I mean, is there a level of satisfaction there to say, hey, I did bet on myself. I bet on myself to come to this place and see if I could succeed at this level, and I have. How does that feel to know that you've been able to accomplish that to this point?
Honestly, I try to keep myself humble because even though I've done that, there's still going to be doubts from a lot of people. And even before I got here, there were some doubts about me even being successful here. That was like a couple guys, a couple coaches telling me like, you should stay G5. Those guys at Power 4 levels really are that, and they was basically telling me that I wasn't good enough to come play at Power 4. So I've always, every step I take, no matter what I do, where I go, I always have to prove somebody wrong because of my size. So I never really get satisfied, and I always told myself I'll never be satisfied until I have to hang up them cleats.
How much does that motivate you? When you have coaches, professionals looking at you saying, "Now you got to be Group 5, man. You got to stay in the Sun Belt. You got to stay in the Conference USA area. Or you're not Big 12, SEC, whatever." And how much did that motivate you? Oh, I'll show you.
Yeah,
I'll show you that I am.
That most definitely motivated me a lot because once he told me, it lit a whole different fire inside of me. I was like, all right, I got to prove you wrong. Now I got to prove a whole bunch of group. Because if you think it, I know a whole bunch of other people are thinking it. So I have to prove them wrong as well. And it's kind of like, like I told y'all before, when I was coming out of high school, I wasn't recruited like that. I was recruited like very, very lowly. So I always, like I said, like coming up in life, I always was like the underdog with like anything just because of my size. And I don't know, it's kind of weird how I approach it because I never really like all right, sit back and be like, all right, I'm satisfied with that. Because even with the stats I got now, I probably lead the nation in missed TFLs. I probably could have like 20 some TFLs, but I missed them. So I can never really be satisfied with what I got because that's not really what I could have. It's like with the sacks, I missed 4 Pitt game. I think I missed like 2-3 Penn State game. So like I really can't be satisfied with what I got because of what I did miss. Because like when I do sit back and look at my stats, I be like, dang, what if I did miss that? So I always try to critique myself on even with what I got. So I never really be satisfied with myself until I do hang up those cleats.
You were one of the players that even with the struggles of the overall unit, you were getting praise from PFF, from national outlets, even as a great transfer addition this year. But I was going to kind of ask, like, how would you evaluate yourself? How much more do you think, yeah, there was praise there and you played well, but where were you in terms of the scale of playing at your peak to what we actually saw?
I say honestly, like my best game that I played was Pitt, and even though a couple of games I did have a good game, but even in that Pitt game, I still could have been a whole lot better than what I was, and it's just like I don't think I'll ever reach my peak because I always feel like I could have done better in that game, or I could have done something better than what I did.
Question. The person doubting you, what type of person is this? Was this a G5 coach? Was it someone at Troy? Was it a high school coach?
Without giving too much away.
No, you can tell me his name, his phone number, everything if you want, yeah. Just how would you classify that person?
I'll say he was here. He was here. Yeah, he was here.
In this building?
Yeah, like he was here the year before, like when I transferred, he left and went to that school that was recruiting me for the G5. So he was here last year.
Okay. You owe this person a phone call, I guess, right? Like, hey, look at my season. Those things.
I've been thinking about it. But I don't want to be that guy that does that. So I've been kind of trying to stay humble with it. So
You talked about how good an experience it was to play here, coming here and to see the fans, the guys, and that. You got a kid like Trotta who comes in and he's leaving after a year or said this one gone to the portal anyway. What is the difference? Why would your experience say, damn, I wish I had another year, and him saying, I can't wait to get out? Or if he's not saying, can't wait to get out?
I mean, honestly, I've been for the past like 5-6 weeks, I've been trying to find a way I could appeal for another year to come back and play, but they said I can't do it. So I really been trying to find a way I could come back and play for West V one more year, regardless of who the coach was. That's how much I love the culture here, and it's really like I said at the beginning of the video, college football is a business now. You make relationships and they come and go, whether they get fired or they go to a better job. Or so it's really, I learned that being a young guy at Troy, just seeing my coaches that recruited me just leave, and I was just like, that's really the first time I was upset about like coaches leaving, because like I had to learn the business side of this and not just realize like, all right, I'm gonna have these 4 years with this guy or this full year with this guy. So it's just really taking in whatever coach I have or whoever coach I have, just taking in whatever knowledge they could give me and put it into my game.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank y'all.